back at it again at Krispy Kreme. What the hell was that intro? When I listened to that, I actually thought I was descending to the gates of hell. That actually sounded like the screams of like the eighth gate as I was descending down. Like that was insane. So that will be probably changed. Um,
Can I say something? Because you made me think of it right as you said that. I don't know if you know the lore, but you know that one TikTok that went really viral because the haircut person was like, "Kid, do I have permission to touch you?"
I was thinking about that TikTok yesterday. Yeah.
Have you seen that? Apparently, she's like putting hexes on people. Or
Wow.
I'm so sorry, that person goes by they, them pronouns. But the hairdresser that is cutting people's hair, apparently um, they're putting hexes on people, and I saw that. And as soon as you talked about the demonic intro, I thought of that immediately because I went into like a 40-minute rabbit hole, just being like, oh my god, like they are really getting the girls together. That's all I wanted to say because you reminded me that. Anyways, so that that's just what I wanted to say off the bat.
I was literally thinking about that TikTok yesterday. It was like, was she was like, do I have consent to touch you? It was like someone literally paid to get their haircut by you. What do you think's gonna happen? Like, I don't know who on that. Whatever. I guess she was being nice. Whatever. Not my circus, not my monkeys. But oh, ooh,
I
that's
mean,
got
I
some
guess it's
history.
consent, but whatever.
Um, but yeah. First topic I wanted to talk about was I don't know if you had like a bunch of stuffed animals when you were younger, but I had like so many. Like actually, like it was the 2008 housing crisis. Like my family was like in a recession, and I was like begging them to buy me Webkins and like those little like stuffed animals with the really big glittery eyes and like littlest pet shops and stuff like that. Um,
When you're done, I'll talk about them.
um, and I used to I actually had 100 Webkins. That was insane. But I used to like play with them and like put them on my bed and stuff. And then I like really thought they could talk and like I don't know, they were interacting with each other and like low-key like talking smack behind my back. So like one time I like set them all up in like a circle, like on my bed. And I used to have this like Jesus like Playmobil toy that I like was really obsessed with, but like I just knew they were like talking tea, like I don't know. So I put them all in a circle to talk, and then I left my room, but I like kept my door crack open. I was like looking, and I was like waiting for them to talk, but they didn't. So like I went back and I just got super mad, and I grabbed my Jesus toy and I threw him across the room, and I was like, oh, like threw him, and like was so upset. And then like 5 minutes later, I was like really scared because that was Jesus, bro, and he was like in that doll, like that was a real doll to me, and I got really scared I was gonna get like punished by Jesus. So then I went back in and I was like, I'm sorry, Jesus, like holding my Jesus mobile. Um, and I think that really speaks volumes onto who I am today. But I was just I was just really wondering, like, whatever, like, did you ever do that with your stuffed animals? Like, you thought they could talk and like
Oh, girl,
whatever.
I was so far gone into the realms of mental health when I was like 6. Like, I was so terrified of the dark. So, mind you, I have one of those like night lights that has like fish in them. I have another night light over here. Sometimes I had to sleep with my closet light on, and then I had Harry Potter playing on loop every single night. I think I told you this. I knew the entire book one on repeat. I literally could just skip through and I would know the exact like timestamp of like when this exact part would happen and then I'd stem on it. Um but so that I was like, also I need stuffed animals for protection. And so I remember that I had a bunch of them, and one of them was literally just called David. Don't know what that was about, but his name was David. And so I remember that I had to be protected. And so so if this is like my bed, right? I had like me, and then I had, well, the listeners aren't going to see this, but basically it was me in the corner of my bed, which is also in the corner of my room because I can't sleep with empty space on open sides because Valak is going to get me. Like, that's just the tea. And so I have stuffed animals. I have them barricading me in, girl, until I was literally 15 years old. Because one time I went to wash my stuffed animals and my mom put in one of this like other dinner cloth that had oil all over it and ruined all of my stuffed animals except for one, which was my teddy that I've had from birth. Still have that too today. And so now I'm down to two, but I was at like a solid nine. And I had them until I was 15 and I cried because I lost them. Like that was truly like it was tragic. I lost one, two, three, four. I was crying. Yeah, it was bad. But I
No,
know.
I literally had so many, but like I didn't have any attachment to like any type of toys or like anything I had. Like you know, people have those like blankies or blankets and pillows they have when they're babies, and it's like all torn up and like disgusting, and they still have it. Have you known people who have that, or like you probably do that?
Well, seeing as you have to switch room every 3 years in your house and now you're out of rooms, I get where you're coming from. And there are signs. But no, that's low key me. Like, I will kind of be upset if I lose it. I don't know. I
I
kind of
have
have
no
like
loyalty to anything. Like I just besides like
except
people, but like
they.
but like I literally yeah, I have to switch rooms every like I have to switch habitats. Like it's like I don't even know. I can't live in the same place for more than like 3 years. So like I have severe commitment issues, and I'm not sure where that's from. But
When
um,
you were telling me about it and you said, "Yeah, I'm out of rooms," and I was like, "What do you mean out of rooms?" Oh God. I just and the way you would kick people out, truly like how would you do that? Give me like the thought process behind that. Like I love the way your mind works.
so I slept in my parents' room probably till I was like 9 years old. So that was my first room truly, and then I had my actual official government room. Um, that was down the hall, and I stayed in there for a bit, but and I moved like my bed around like 8 times. In the 3 years I was probably staying in there, and then I switched to this room, which used to be my sister's room. When she left for college, I was staying here for like probably like 2 to 3 years, and then she came back because of COVID. So I had to give her room back to her, and then I went back into my room for like probably a good 2 years again, and then I switched to my brother's room because he moved out like a while ago, like a long time ago, and so I just started sleeping in there. Um, and then I fully switched it into my room, and then I also for a while was sleeping in my playroom couch, like our like library playroom area's couch. Like I slept there for like a good like 2 months for some reason at one point. And then that was in between the transition from um my government official room to my brother's room. And now I was in my brother's room for like 2 years, and then now I'm in our downstairs guest room um for the past like 6 months.
Enchanting.
Yeah, so
Um
I've had 4 rooms.
and how did you kick people out? Did you say this is just mine or
No, because they already left. Like it was my siblings leaving for college or whatever to move out. So like I didn't really kick them out per se. Besides my brother, I guess when he comes to visit, he won't have his room. Um, but yeah, that's just very
this
enchanting.
this is taking me out going, this is fine.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I got to change habitats every like 3 years at most.
at least that will be good for Japan because you won't be in an apartment for probably more than 6 months at a time, girl. You know how they are.
I like the longest contract I could have is like 2 years or something, or 3 years.
Period.
So yeah, that's good for me.
Period.
But talking about changing habitats, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Squid Game season 3, probably skip ahead to the next like 10 minutes. I don't know. But Squid Game season 3, the ending, I didn't even watch it. Didn't watch it, but I know what happens, and I know what
I
they're
didn't watch
planning to
it
do with
either.
it.
Let's spoil
No,
it because I won't.
it's like no, it's so bad though. I watched season 1. Season 1 was so good. Then season 2 was like season 2 was just like a money scam. Like that was just a scam to get more money. Like they did absolutely nothing that season. Barely anything progressed. It was just kind of random. Like I don't know. And then season 3 is like what like kind of random again. And then like a lot of people just like die, and like what they did just meant nothing. And like literally the main guy dies too at the end. And everything from the first season, like all the sacrifices, like that one girl who was like the last 3, and she was like the model. She's so beautiful. But that one
Yeah,
girl,
she
she like kind of, I think she sacrificed herself for him, right, or something. And like his best friend having to kill him, like all of that, like chasing down this guy, like literally all of that was like for nothing. Like all the symbolism and like the um things the characters did in the first season were like just for nothing. And then the second season was literally just like a money grab. That was barely interesting. Barely anything happened. And then season 3 was just kind of like whatever. And then at the end they hint that they're making like the Squid Games is held around the entire world. It's not just South Korea, and they're bringing it to America.
We're
So they're
tired.
making a Squid
We're
Games.
tired.
Squid is like called Squid Games like America or some crap. I don't even know, but it's just like what are they gonna do in America, bro? Like, what, like, actually, like, because Squid Games is so culturally tied to like South Korea with like, because the debt there is so insane with the debt collectors and like the like loan shark people, and like it's literally called Squid Game, which is the Squid Game, like the childhood like Korean game, and there's all the games in there are based off like Korean cultural games and things like that. It's like, what the hell are they gonna do in America, bro? Or are they gonna play what hopscotch, like
Hopscotch.
hopscotch, hopscotch? Um,
Ah,
like hopscotch the football, like American football, like and who's gonna be the enemies? Like who are the enemies? Like insurance CEOs and like
you
universities
love
and like
it.
student debt. Because like we don't have
Oh,
we
girl.
have debt like really bad like Korea, but like Korea's different. It's like random people like whatever you get debt from this place. Like everyone just has debt from like universities and like student loans. Like who's gonna be the villains? Like universities, student loans, like are we just killing like all the heads of the universities? Like insurance CEOs, like who's gonna be the villain? Like I just don't get it. Actually, I would love to see a show where they like fuck up some universities and like student loan debt because that's so insane right now. But like the games are literally gonna be like first game's hopscotch, second game will be like American
Tag.
football,
Grease tag.
third game will be like just them playing Call of Duty on like a PlayStation 4. Um,
With the voice chat on, of course.
yeah, with the voice chat on, like, and then the fourth game would be like a crazy round of like Monopoly, like I don't know,
That would be
literally
crazy.
like Monopoly for your life, like that's crazy. But like, what are
But
they
you're the
seriously gonna do with him?
like you're
Like,
the
I just don't even know what they do with American Squid Games. Like, and it's so culturally tied to Korea too. So it's just like, it's just crazy. Everything that show was for, like the first season was all about like capitalism and like the greed of humans and like how people have to do like go through so much just to get like money and things like that and like just to survive for their families or provide and like it's just so insane that that show literally turned into what it was like making fun of or what it was trying to bring awareness to. It's just really crazy. Like I wonder if the guy who wrote Squid Games, if he's like chill with all this and like, oh yeah, like I'm getting money, or if he's like kind of like, oh he doesn't want this, but like Netflix just has so much power that maybe they're like making him do it somehow, or like just really weird about it. Like I don't know, but that's just crazy. Like Squid Games in America, like
well,
okay,
because I think that like I want to say it's like a hot take, but I feel so many people have talked about it already that it's probably lukewarm ATP. Oh God. But I think that Squid Game as itself, like I remember when I saw the first season, like it was all about this guy and he had like that gambling problem and he needed the money, so he goes and does it. And then when people we find out that people are watching the games, they're all like from other countries. Like so that means like why would you come to Korea to watch this one when you have your own? Um and
whoa,
that's
yeah,
like that was kind of weird to me. And also like also again like mama put my hands up like nail me down, but I hated how they had those weird like non-consensual sexual undertones. That was weird to me. Why do we need that in the show? We that literally it did not advance the plot. We could have told these people were bad people from the way they're watching these people die. We did not need that weird like non-con scene. That was really weird. Hated that. Um, but I also feel like to your point, like I don't like how it's like so much like you can tell basically that it feels like the creator made the first season as the first season and would have been okay with ending it there and there's mystery around it. But like the second season, cash grab. Third season, there's no point if he's dead. Now we got like Mama. We now it's basically it's giving RuPaul Drag Race, UK, America, Philippines. Like it's too much. It's too much. And I watched part of the second season too. Not needed. It flopped.
I would love to see like Squid Games New Guinea or something like New Guinea just has something like crazy like these islands like
Oh
really
girl.
cool like isolated tribes on them, like maybe that would be cool, but like it's still even the title is Squid Game, that's like a Korean game. It's just like what are we doing here? Like it's just also culturally tied to South Korea, I feel like, so it's just interesting. But yeah, on that note, just feel like shows are just so bad now. Like the creativity in shows and movies is so dead. It's insane, and it's just
That,
everything's for like
that's
money
how I
now. Like
yes. I was gonna say that's how I felt for when I watched the new live action Moana. I want to say something. I'm tired of live action. Yes. Oh no, no, it wasn't Moana. Sorry, it wasn't Moana. It was Lilo and Stitch. I never saw cancel me. Actually, it's not really cancelable, but I never saw the first one. I never saw the animated one. Went back and watched it because the second one was just giving very like American propaganda, like that, like our CPS service is good flop. And I don't think that she would have given her up after I saw the first one animated was so good. But the second, like live action, I'm tired of live actions. I want something new. You know what I mean? Like I want a new movie, and I don't want it to be like I don't know. I don't want it to just be like another. I feel like it's so generic. You know what I mean? Like the new what's it called? How to Train Your Dragon. The actor in that hot need that, but I as much as I loved How to Train Your Dragon, I don't want a How to Train Your Dragon. I want like a Coco. That movie, so good. And it was animated, it was new, it was fresh. Soul, really like Soul. Like, you know what I mean? I just want something new. Or like Wreck-It Ralph. Now we're on like what, Wreck-It Ralph 6 now? Like the first one was good.
I've
But
never even
like
watched any of the other ones besides the first one. But back to Lilo and Stitch, I was literally talking about that the other day. That I never watched the live action. I'm not wasting my time nor my money on that. But the oh my god, the original animation one. The animation first off is so beautiful. But not only that, it's like the vibes, like Hawaii, Elvis Presley, aliens. Okay, like who else is doing that? Like we'll never get something like that again. Like just the creativity in that, who thought of that? Like it's just so good, and the vibes and the soundtrack, the animation, the characters, like everything about it is just so good. I can't even complain about it. But yeah, it's sad they just keep doing remakes, and it's like they keep doing that because people don't even want to go to the movie theaters anymore. It's like all the marketing and things now is just kind of destroyed. It's all towards like streaming services. So movies that come out in theaters, unless it's some huge like summer hit, just really no one's going to see that because no one wants to pay for that if it's eventually coming out in streaming anyways. So like if you look at it, like there was some new Pixar movie that just came out. Don't even know what
Elio,
it's called, like Elo or something, or Eli, whatever. And it did like really bad, and it looks kind of like
Lost.
weird. But then
Hmm.
that K-pop Demon Hunters came out, whatever. I haven't watched it, but like it just came out on Netflix. But it was like a huge hit, like #1 on Netflix in like 26 countries or something like that. Like huge hit, and it was specifically just for Netflix. So I feel like movies now and animations are just really gonna change a lot and like be for streaming services and stuff like that.
Well, I think for movies, it's kind of like that. And again, I talked about this on the last episode, and it's like I think that again, a lot of people didn't like it, but I that's why I love Boing the Heron. It's so creative. You're gonna tell me like basically the character, his mom, spoiler, but like he has to go find his mom, and then it's not the ending you think is gonna happen at all. You know what I mean? I love that movie. I thought it was so creative, and I thought the animation was so vibrant. Like that's they did what Elio flopped to do, because Elio, I feel like its whole thing was to be vibrant and colorful, but it didn't. I feel like it didn't achieve that in the box office. Not that I know anything about that, um, or that have any accountability or credibility or whatever it's called to like talk about it. But that's why I loved The Boy and the Heron, because it was so new. Like there's literally nothing like it that I've seen,
That's
which
true.
is not a lot.
Yeah, it is like really wacky and weird and no plot straight vibes, but it is at least like different and creative. Honestly, that's I don't even care if it's good or not anymore. I just want like a creative, like something new. Like that's all I crave for. And speaking of that, when I moved to Tokyo in like a month, um literally the first movie I want to see there is Exit 8. I don't know if you've seen that game called Exit 8. But they're
Can I
making a
please talk
movie.
about that later? Oh,
I watched Markiplier play Exit 8 the other day, and it was so funny. But also that game, I almost bought it, but I didn't because I'm like stingy. But like watching someone play that was so interesting. Just like the premise of that game, it's so just like so small but so creative and just so interesting. And it's like it literally looks exactly like a Japanese like train station too. It actually brought me like PTSD, but in a good way. And yeah, watching him play that was so interesting. And it's like not scary, but it has like scary, weird like aspects to it, which I love too, because I can't even play horror games, but I love games that have like horror, but not in your face jump scare horror. Like there's like one part where you're walking and the guy who's like keeps walking past you has like a smile on his face and he's staring at you. It's like really creepy, but it's like he doesn't jump out at you. But there's like one where like a sea of blood like goes down the station and like you like have to turn back. I don't know, it's just so interesting and they're making a movie in Japan based off of it. And it's coming out in theaters in Japan in like August and then I think it's coming to like the States in September or something like that. But I'm so excited to see that movie out. Oh my god, I can't wait because that video game was so like interesting.
Mama, I've so it's by Chilla's Art. Shout out to Chilla's Art. Not that we're big enough to give anyone a shout out, but I found the game because he or the creator came out with a game called Shinkansen Zero, which is the same idea. Basically,
Oh.
you're on the eighth car of the Shinkansen. You have to get to the conductor's office, and basically the story is you're trying to help this kid out, find his sister. There's like stuff going on, and so you go through, same idea. You see an abnormality, you go back. Nothing, you go forward. And it's literally the same idea. You have to get to the eighth cart, and then I think that you have to go the back to. I don't remember. I haven't played it, so but that's how I found Exit 8 because I found it because I love the Shinkansen, and so I played the game when I had like my older Steam account. I played Shinkansen Zero, and then I was looking through his account or their account because I was like, oh my god, like that was such a good game. I love this type of horror, almost kind of like analog horror in a sense. Found Exit 8. Excuse me, that one was a lot harder. It was a lot harder than Shinkansen Zero, but I love the idea. And then I saw that they were coming out with a movie. First thing I said was, this set design is going to be cheap. Second thing I said was, I stemmed on it. I said, oh, I love the train. I love the train. So excited.
Yeah.
Cinema.
That's so interesting. Yeah, I'm excited for that. And then quitting my job, into that topic, I have to quit my job soon and I haven't even told my boss yet. But I work at this job and I worked at this job before I did study abroad where I met Josh. And I worked there for like a year and a half, I think, and then I had to leave to do study abroad and then I came back and I'm working there now. But something so funny. This is like one of my vocal stims. Like probably top five. Right, like the moment I came back after like what, like 8, 9 months being away. I walk into the building. It's my boss and this coworker that was already working there before, so I already knew her.
We
I'm
won't
not
name
close with them like that
names.
at all. But I walk in and I walk through the door and I first thing I say is back at it again at Krispy Kreme. And they're just like, what? And I just looked at them back again at Krispy Kreme. And then I just clocked in and then walked away. Like,
Is
I
that the sim?
will miss what?
Is that the sim of the week?
No. Oh hell no. But that is one of my stims. No, Stim of the Week is so much better than that. But it's just crazy. Like I hate this job in a way, but like also I do really like it and like coworkers or whatever. But I will miss like the weird banter I have with people that I won't be able to have probably in Japan because it's more like strict there and like socially they're just like not like that. But like I can just do weird stuff like that all the time at my work. Like that one kid that was walking past and I had the spoonful of Nutella and I was like, "Do you want to suckle on the spoon?" He was like, "No." And just like things like that. Like I don't know. Like I just they just put up with me. Like they probably don't even like me. They probably think I'm so weird. But like whatever. Like at least I'm free. Um, and it's just yeah. Like it's just so interesting. I could be like that at my job here, but like I'll probably never have that again. Which I will really miss when I move. But I'm also excited to like experience new things.
Shout
On
out to
that
work.
note, you still don't have a job.
I just I can't talk about it now, but yeah, I'll talk about it later. But it's just kind of giving tea that I'm no longer unemployed. I'm not giving 9 to 5. I'm not giving um like a 9 to 5 shift, but I am giving like hours a week. And that doesn't give any context, but I'm at least freed from my shackles of unemployment, which honestly 60 jobs, none of them replied back to me, mind you, none of them. None, ghosted by 51, because one of them reached out to me, but then left me on red. So I guess that's 52, and 8 have rejected me.
That's like me with scholarships. Like I've applied to so many, and actually, I think I've been putting in the wrong email for all of them. So even if I did get accepted, I would never see it. But no,
Wow.
I've been applying to so many scholarships, and I haven't heard like a thing, and I've gotten like one rejection. I've probably applied to like 30 scholarships by now, and I've heard nothing back from 29 and one rejection. So the future's looking really bright, financially, and yeah, please, please, I need a scholarship to afford Tokyo. But
For the
um,
policies, I don't think we have any subscriptions because I don't. That I feel like, girl, everything we do is free. But if you listen to us, I think we get paid. I actually don't even know how to like do any of that. Like, I hope people know that it's just us. They probably can tell from the quality and the wacky upload schedule. But like, I don't know how to do anything. And so I'm really trying. And Apple stresses me out all the time. But yeah, so I feel like we need to get our money up. And I think that will take us into how I want to tell you about Kuda, because I am already broke, right? And so I went to Kuda the other day. Tell me why everything is literally $6. Like some stuff is four for like two or three pieces, which is insane, mind you. I'm
kuro
paying
sushi is
what?
like what is kuro sushi?
Sushi row.
Yeah, like the conveyor belt sushi place though, because like
Yeah, it's that. It's the conveyor belt sushi, and it was kind of just like I was like, damn, like because in Japan it's like 130 yen, which is maybe $1 for like your little thing, but I feel like it's a lot cheaper there. I don't know. I really don't know anything, but like in Japan, I remember I'd get stuff and I'd pay around maybe $24, and here I'm paying like 40 for the same amount, and I'm broke. But like Kuda in Japan, I feel like when Jacob, friend of the pod, when he was telling us about it, and Toy, also friend of the pod, they were telling us it's like Chili's. And so I remember that one time we literally went there, and we there was like no one there because we went on a Wednesday and everyone's doing their own thing. And I literally remember we were sitting in this corner booth. Um, there was like these two parents and they're like baby like literally right out the womb, and then to the right of us, like on the other side of the conveyor belt, was like this family of six. I really don't remember, but I remember we were talking really loud, and when I say we, it was me. And I remember that we were just talking and doing anything, and I literally remember being like, "Oki chin chin daisuki desu." Oh, Chin Chin Daisuki desu. And I remember saying it so loud. And basically, like Chin Chin means like it means like dick and balls, like like you know what I mean. And I remember and like Oki big Chin Chin that and Daisuke love. And so I remember saying I love like Oki Chin Chin ga daisuki desu. And the family, this mom was staring me dagger. She was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was like, "Oh shit, bro!" Like, her kids were there. And I remember how Jacob looked at me and he was like, but I remember Toy was with us, and Toy literally looked at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" Like I literally brought dishonor on like myself like the next three generations. But what was the only saving grace is that the two younger parents with their like literal fetus, they were laughing so hard at that. And I literally had to be like, komenasai. Like I had to like get down, like literally like put my head on the table and be like, I'm so sorry because I'm just shouting that. And like Jacob would always clock me for that because I was always saying like the craziest thing out loud. Like I'd be like, ugh, like I hate that bitch in English when there were English speaking people, or in Japanese, like I'd say the most like out of pocket thing in Japanese in front of a Nihonjin. And so it was like really crazy because I never like was smart enough or like cognizant enough to like switch between the languages that people wouldn't know and would know. Girl, was a whole thing. And I feel like that energy in Kura is really just sacred. And I do say like now like I won't go to Kura anymore. But Sushiro, low key, they don't have beef with sauce. But they were tea because that's why I loved Kuda because one time I went to Kuda and I got 18 orders of beef tasty sauce. But at Sushiro, I got like at least 18 orders of fried shrimp. So I couldn't like you know what I mean? Like it was like pick or choose and I couldn't.
Yeah,
Mm.
that literally reminded me of that was lit of the two parents laughing at you because that's
I was
you're
scared.
the
I
foreigners that
was
they hate.
yeah.
Um, Thank you for
They
that
were
because I
young.
will
They
be
were
living there now and I will get the consequences of that. But that reminded me of when I went to an omakase there with a certain someone, and this person I was,
you went with.
yes, had a sugar daddy. Um, and we
Oh, wait, I'm dizzy.
um
That will never not get me. Okay, anyway, so this
no
this
worries what they were
person.
doing. But this person that I went with to like omakase is like a really like special kind of like Japanese, was it like dinner? It's like it doesn't have to be sushi, but most of
Like
the
a
time it
tasting
is. But
meal.
it's like a specialty of like chefs that are like really good at what they do, and it's like super serious, and they like watch you eat everything. And you eat it like one piece at a time, like full bite. Like it's like super. It's almost like Michelin star restaurant here. Like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like
It's
they're
like
usually pretty nice.
Nobu.
Yeah, sure. And and so we go, me and this person and another girl that we were with. We have to go to Osaka to get picked up by this person's sugar daddy. And mind you, this sugar daddy is like the richest man in Osaka and like some crazy like Japanese government official. And we go to Osaka to get picked up by like his car and get driven to Nara. And it's like probably like an hour, 20-minute drive there. And we get in this car. It's like me, uh,
The other
my
two
friend,
people.
and like the girl and the friend's boss. Like the boss, his boss from his work was also there. And then these two random girls, and so we're in this like super big like Japanese van. It was like the driver, the boss in the front, the two girls in the middle, and then like me, the girl that we were with, and the person, the sugar daddy person, the person who had the sugar daddy in the back. And we're like driving to this place, and we're like, oh cool. And like we get there kind of early, so we walk around Nara. It was like sunset, it was like super pretty. Then we get back, and the person who had the sugar daddy was like a Japanese person, and like me and the other girl weren't. We're like foreigners, and we didn't really speak Japanese, so we are just kind of there, and they were all like speaking Japanese. Don't know. And the guy who had the sugar daddy was also kind of really scared of the sugar daddy. Like he made me delete Snapchat, Instagram, like all this stuff because he was really scared he was gonna ask me for like my stuff and like stalk me and like whatever. Um,
He was scared
so
of
he
losing.
was like really freaked out about it, and I had to make like a fake name and like story that I was leaving Japan in like 2 weeks, and I'm like my name's like Olivia, like something. Like I had some like I was like from Norway, and I had like a whole fake last name because he was so scared of this guy and yet invited me to dinner with him. Um, and I remember we get back to the car and I was like, oh, like where's the sugar daddy? Like where's the dude? And he was like, that's him. And I was like, what? He was like, that's it's the guy driving the car. And I was like, oh my god, like I didn't say a word to this dude. And I was like, oh, like he's like, say thank you. And I was like, oh, like arigato gozaimasu. Like I don't know what I said. I was just like basically that because that's all I knew. And he just looked like a bum. Like I'm sorry, he just had like a sweatshirt on, like sweatpants, sweatshirt, like beanie over his head, and he was the one driving too. So I thought like if he's like some crazy like multimillionaire, he'd have a driver, but it was just like him driving. Like okay, King stay grounded. He's just he's really one of the people. But
Period.
and I was like okay cool. And he was like asking questions on our way there, like about like what I study, like what I'm doing in Japan, like whatnot. And it was like chill, whatever. But I couldn't talk to anyone because I don't speak Japanese, and it was just kind of like a weird vibe. But then we go to the omakase. It's like 600 USD per person, and he's paying for like 8 people or something like that. And it's like I can get whatever drink I want, so it's like 800 USD plus whatever drink you want, and it's like a crazy Michelin star, like famous omakase. And I was like really scared too because I'm not like the pickiest of eaters, but like I really don't like the fish eggs, like when they feed you the fish eggs or like fish skin and stuff like that. Like I get kind of freaky with like seafood sometimes. So I was like, oh my god, but like you have to eat what they give you in these omakases, especially when you're with the richest man in Osaka and a bunch of like random Japanese people. So it was like probably like a 16-course meal or something, and it was actually really good. And I ate everything, thank God, besides this one dish they gave out, and it was like rocks fish skin. It was like fish skin but had spikes all over it, and you're just like how to eat it, but I'm sorry, I can't do that. So I like low-key slid it to the girl next to me, and she like ate it for me like without anyone seeing. I was like, thank God. And we would have like my Japanese friend, whatever, like translating all the like dishes that we were getting, and like, but it was just so weird because the guy was so rich, like in their culture, it's like he's like superior. So we didn't sit down until he sat down. We didn't take a sip of our drink till he took a sip of the drink. We didn't eat until he ate, and it was just like everyone, no one kind of talked even. Like it was just so weird. Like he was really into the guy that I was friends with that brought me, because that was his sugar daddy, and they probably were doing stuff on the side. But like it was just so interesting. Like no one really talks, so it's like he's paying for all these people's dinner, and he's like constantly inviting the guy that I went with like out all the time, but like no one even talks, and it's like all this like crazy like like everyone's just like sitting there like too scared to do anything. It's like super formal, and like it was just so interesting. But I did get a free like $600 omakase like sushi. It's like mostly kind of sushi or like fish.
Let's say arigato.
Arigatou gozaimasu. And then that's all I said. So I don't know why he like wanted the guys like foreign friends to come for some reason, but none of us can even like talk to him. And the guy originally wanted to bring one of his guy friends, but he was like the sugar daddy didn't want any guys. He was like, no, I don't want any guys. Like you have to bring foreign girls. And so he brought
What do you mean by that?
me and another girl that were like his closest people, and brought us into like a weird situation that he was so scared of the sugar daddy like finding us and stalking us and like doing weird stuff to us, but still brought us along anyways, which is like cool, I guess. But it was a crazy experience. And then he drank, like the sugar daddy drank a lot of alcohol, and it's like 10 p.m. or something, and we all get in the car. He's like driving us back to Osaka. It's like an hour and a half. Um, the Japanese guy I was with knocks out in the back. It's just me and the girl who don't speak Japanese. The sugar daddy's driving, and he's actually swerving lanes like insane. Like I've never like I literally felt like I was on like test track or some kind of ride. Like he was just swerving lanes on the highway, or like it would be like a bend in the road, and he would just go flooring straight and then swerve last minute. And like I literally got so scared. I was on my phone. I put my phone down, like in my pockets. I was like, I'm going to die tonight. So I put my phone in my pocket. And I was like, if, at least if they'll find my dead body, they'll find my phone to identify me. And like I was just, me and the girl were like freaking out, but we are like also low-key laughing. We started laughing so loud because it was so funny. And then the Japanese guy woke up and he was like, stop laughing. Like, don't laugh, that's rude. And then he like knocked back out again. And we're like just dying laughing. And I was like, I'm going to die tonight. Like, I mean, this girl were like prepared to die. Like, I literally like wrote a message to my parents or something. I like put my phone like literally in my pocket, and I was like, I'm going to die tonight, because he was just swerving, like drunk as hell swerving. But somehow we made it back to Osaka, and it was like fine. But it was just such like a strange, like I was like, who are the two girls? Or like they his prostitutes? Like I don't know. And I was just like, what, like who are they? Like, and I was asking my friend, he was like I don't know. Like you asked too many questions. And I was like,
Of
okay, girl,
course.
like I'm just
Okay, like girl, hey girl, so
I was really just trying. I was like, oh, like, what does he do? Like, what was that? Like, why does he want like your friends? Like, who are those two girls? Like, why are you and your boss always going to these dinners? She's like, you ask too many questions.
no, literally, but they would also like I remember that you would be like, where are we going? What are we doing? Like are we like going with anyone else? And it would be like, stop talking, like you asked too many questions. This is Japan. And I'm oh,
No, literally.
okay. Whoa.
And
That's
on
how it
that
was
note,
when we went to that bar. Like it was just like it was just so like when they and then they played
stories I could
they,
tell.
then they played like the most they played like Charlie XCX, but they played the same songs over and over and over and over again. So at
Yes.
first it was really tea because everyone was like, how do y'all know 365? Hey, bumping that. And then we go into some other songs, but then 4 songs later, it's the same songs over and over and over and over again. It's giving like everyone knows Pardon USA, and then that's the only song they play, which is, I mean, like, okay, I mean, that's not my problem, but I am gonna leave. And I remember that, I literally just remember that I sat there, and then literally as I sat right there. So there were 2 spots next to me, or there was one spot next to me was me, and it was Kylie, friend of the pod. And I remember that literally while I was sitting there, multiple people came up and sat on either sides of me. Um, I remember that at one point, this couple came up next to me. One was sitting on this side and the other was sitting on this side, and they were literally like arguing over me. Okay, like I don't remember if they were like, okay, like I don't remember what was going on, but I remember he was just being really like sassy, like you know who, and it was just being like very like it was just very much doing too much. And then I'm like, do you guys want to sit together? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. And I literally was like, I'm done. And I got up and I got out. And I literally remember being like, that was so awkward because I just sat there ordering, like I remember I was ordering this orange juice drink like a screwdriver, and I maybe ordered like six of them, and they still hadn't resolved what they were going through. And by my sixth one, I was like, okay, I don't know where Katie is. You and Kylie invited us out. Oh, and maybe Amelia was there too. I don't remember, but I remember that. Oh yeah, yeah. Then I think we had gone with you guys, but I literally remember that I didn't know where you were. I didn't know where Jacob was, and I also didn't know where Kylie was, who was sitting next to me and somehow just disappeared, taken by this couple. And I was like, okay, now I have to go because I don't know where anyone is. I walk outside after they're still fighting, mind you. They come back outside fighting, um, or arguing or whatever. And I literally remember that everyone was smoking, and Jacob looks at me up and down. He goes, "Where have you been, beluga?" And he was like pounding down drinks, and I was like, "Shut up, girl." And then right after that, we all went to Sankara, where this guy was grinding on I can't say his name, but you know who I'm talking about. I will never. I wish I could go back and relive like Friday nights where everyone would go to Ages and like Cheers and Cheers Junior, or even Sankara and Club Lawson. Off, maybe not Club Lawson because I never went out there because I felt like it was just we were already in the noise complaints. I was like, I can't do this. Like we got to like tone it down. But I missed that. Like I low key missed that because even though I didn't like a lot of the people, I remember that I would just sit in Sangra and people I would just sat there and I would just do my own thing because Jacob was off smoking and Dakota was downstairs and you guys were God knows where. And so I just sit there waiting for people because that line was so long to order a drink. And I literally remember that people would just come up to me. Um, I remember the German twink came up to us. A shock just came up, started talking to me. This really other short guy, not the one you're thinking of, also came up to me. And I remember that he was like, "Why'd you come to Japan, bro?" And I was like, "You're hammered." But I was like, whatever. Started talking to him like I don't know, like I love trains, like, and he's like, that's great. Didn't even let me finish, like me to you. He was like, that's great. And then he got up and walked away. And I was like, you asked me a question and then didn't let me answer it, and then got up and walked away. But he's the same guy. He's the same guy that was like, wait, wait, there's scholarly resources on Google? Like, same person. So it was really like, I guess it was like full circle because like he was kind of an idiot, but whatever. Um, but I literally would just said, Mama, hordes of people would come up to me and I would just sit there talking to like new people like every 5 minutes. It was giving speed dating, but not really because everyone was kind of bothering me and I was not giving anything.
It was getting like simulation, but yeah, what Josh was talking about is at our study abroad, by our dorms. Like we were in the suburbs of Japan,
Mm.
outside of Osaka, and there was like a few bars that just everyone from our university and like all the international students would go to, and it was just like such a vibe sometimes, but also like the worst people I've ever met in my life, but also the best people I've ever met in my life. And usually, yeah, you just be sitting there and like people just come up to you, like everyone knew everyone. It was like really fun. Definitely some crazy moments. On that note, that one bar and the bar beyond, which is what he was talking about, the couple fighting. I took the craziest thirst trap of my life there with Amelia,
I
my
think
best
I took
friend,
it.
and
The photos?
maybe you didn't. I don't know. A lot of people took pictures of me that night. But on
That's what
on
happened when
that
you're
note,
high.
um, why does like no one post thirst traps on Instagram anymore? Like on Insta stories, like post, yeah. Instagram stories, I like never see anyone post thirst traps anymore, and I'm always doing that, so it makes me feel like insecure. Not really, but like because like Daddies gonna post, but like just no one posts. Like I want to see the thirst traps. I want to see those thirst traps again. I miss that.
No, because I literally my friends clock me on it all the time to this day. I was the king of posting semi okay thirst traps back from like 2020 to 2022. That was my shit, girl. Like I was really like I was the forefront of thirst posting, and it wasn't even thirst trap because it would be me being like my hair. It was literally like the shock factor where I'd be giving like fuck ass, and then I'd be giving like meh. And so I remember that I would literally take these thirst traps. They get 4 likes, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm an influencer now." And I post the next one.
God.
But no one posts them anymore, and so now I feel like shit. Like I can't do it. Fuck. And so I'm like, where are they? We need to bring it back as like a society because I'm tired of using a flashlight to go to the bathroom at like 4 a.m. I need to find someone's thirst trap. Like I need something interactive. I'm tired of it.
No, bring them back. I want to see other people's posts, but we're getting to the end of the stream, so like stim of the week.
Yes.
I'll go
Yes.
first. My stim of the week is on TikTok. I probably spent like 3 hours watching his videos now at this point. I don't know if it's like two guys or if it's just the one, but there's this guy who keeps messing with Amish people. Like he keeps going to the communities, and it's not like horrible pranks. It's like not like gruesome, like I don't know anything like cancelable, but like he just keeps going to these Amish communities, and he'll tell them like the zombies are coming, the zombies are coming, like because they don't have any internet or like
They
media
don't
or
have
like
shit, girl. They
TV
don't
or phone, so like they literally don't know if he's like lying or not. Like he'll like be screaming at the little like wagons going by, like the zombies are coming, like you have to prepare. Or like he'll go into like the little like grocery stores and like everyone, the zombies are coming, and they're just like looking at him and they like don't really know what to do because like how would they know if that's real or not because they literally don't have the interweb. And there's also this thing where he'll like go into like stores or whatever and just bring like a portable TV and start showing them rappers, and then he'll be like showing them rap music and rappers, and they're like looking at it like just so like shook, and then there'll be like the little kids in the corner like so excited to see like a screen. and,
Talk about the Snapchat video.
and there's like, oh my god, there's like this one time too, he was like in the grocery store and there's like this lady looking for bread, and he was like, did you hear like aliens have landed in China? And she was like, what? And he was like, yeah, the aliens, they landed in China, they're coming this way. And she was like, um okay. And she just has, they have, I just wonder, especially with the zombie, like the zombies are coming, like what that community is doing because they literally don't have media. So like, do you think like any of them are actually like, oh my god, like this is insane, like the zombies are coming, or if they just don't believe him? Like I feel kind of bad, but it's also so funny. Like good on Amish people, I guess. Like I would love to be them for like a month,
They
but
really are the kings of disconnecting, kings and queens and days.
yeah, like what are like I would love to just go on a retreat to like an Amish countryside and just be away from like the technology and just like churn some butter and like probably spread some like fake news and they would never know. But like
I think retreat is the wrong word. I think that maybe like I think that maybe just disconnecting. I don't know, girl. I feel like Amish people. It's like the same thing of like it's just like a culture shock. You know what I mean? It's like going to like that midsummer shit. You know what I mean? Like um I think just like disconnecting completely, but I could never do that because like first of all, I don't know the rules of the Amish. Like first of all, I'm Jewish. Like we got that no Sabbath thing on like Saturdays. Not that I do that anyway. But like is it no electricity? Like do they get lights? Do they get like do they have to use
I think
candles?
it's
Like
like
what
candles at night. Like I think so
oh
I
is
think
it?
some of them do have electricity, but I think a lot of them don't or you're like not supposed to.
And do
But
they have like
yeah,
tiers? Oh I
I
interrupted you,
think so.
sorry.
I think some of them kind of do like different stuff, but I think there's ones that are like really into it, like in a huge
Like they got
community and there's like no
tourists?
technology, no cars, no nothing. And I've seen some Amish people with phones, but I think a lot of them aren't supposed to have that. But that's just been seriously like I probably spent like 4 hours on TikTok just watching that guy mess with the Amish community, and that's like really just been my stim of the week.
I like the really harmless ones. I really like the Snapchat one, the one you sent me, where it's like they're seeing the Snapchat filters for the first time.
Oh my god.
I like looked at it and first I was like, oh my god, that it like I was like, wait, but then I was like, wait a minute, because this was literally me, like when I was 13 and just got Snapchat for the first time, and I was like, wait, what? And I
Yeah, they
was
were so shook and just like all laughing and like all surrounding the phone. It was like eight of them. And I was like, wow, this is like literally me and my friends in like the sixth grade in Spanish class, just like messing around.
wait, can I ask a serious question? I know nothing about the Amish. They're in the Pennsylvania, right? That's like a Pennsylvania thing, or are they like all across?
I don't think they're really in Pennsylvania. I think it's in like the middle, like Utah is a bunch of Mormons. I think it's like probably Nebraska or something. Like I don't know. I think it's in like the middle area of America.
I thought it was in Pennsylvania. I could be wrong, but
I
also
think
like
they're like everywhere theoretically.
are they religious?
Yeah, it's like a form of Christianity.
Oh, I see. I feel like I remember learning about like the Amish as like a group. Um, I are there are I don't know what religion they are. Like that's that, I guess like that's kind of like they do their own thing. If they're religious, T. If they're not, T. I could never disconnect myself. Like I feel like I don't know. Like I think about like everything I use. Like I couldn't live without an alarm, and that's not even like anything serious. Like not even a phone alarm. Like an alarm clock. Well, I guess like can they use clocks because they're powered by batteries? See, like I don't know what's allowed and what's not allowed. Like, am I like I don't are alarms powered by batteries? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
old fashioned clocks. Like I really know nothing. Like this, I've literally been brainwashed. Fake media, fake news. I know nothing. Um, I literally know like nothing about that. But you know what? Kudos to them. I really respect that because that's tea. I wish I could do it. Um, yeah, shout out to the Amish people. Pour one out for the Amish people.
What's been your stem?
My stim, um, I think I was trying to think of like my stim because so basically we've been playing Stardew, and while we play Stardew, all I do is vocally stim. But I can't really think of anything. I keep saying Cookie Crunch Swirl because you keep saying it, but that's not even the full thing. Um and so like I don't know, but like
My fave of
oh
yours this week has been Mao.
Mow. Oh, I was gonna say I'll say my other one, but I love so there's this movie called Wally. Everyone's seen it. Love Wally. I have always loved Wally. It's always been my favorite like animated like Pixar Disney movie. And basically they're when they finally get into the airship and they're like in like the trash area. I don't care about spoiling Wally because it's been out for like 20 years. Um long story short, this is like little cleaner guy and he goes Mow, Mow, or he gets like sucked into the abyss and like he gets stuck and he goes wow, or and he, he goes wow, and then Wally's like what's your alone and he goes wow. it, cracks, it cracks me up every time. And there's this one sound that he makes where he's getting like literally fucked up and he goes and that's one of my I love Mo from Wally. Mo. Wow. And yeah, because that noise reminds me of Trisha Paytas. Because every time you send me like a hot man on TikTok or anything delectable, I send you a text that says Trisha noises. And I because Trisha, there's that one video of her eating chicken tenders, and she goes, oh. And I love that video. Um, so yeah. Oh, but my real sim of the week, like the one I was going to tell you about originally, is I love to say, "You are safe, you are loved."
Oh my god.
Because we've been playing Stardew, it just comes up like anytime anything bad happens, you are safe, you are loved.
No, look, I'll be ranting to Josh for like an hour straight about some crazy crap that's happening in my life because like what's
Our
new?
try six.
And he'll literally just say that and it actually like I feel like I don't even know, like I feel like in a like enraged like caged animal, I'm like freaking out and he just goes, you're safe, you're loved, and then I slowly like start like chilling out. I'm like like it actually works on me too. Like every time you say that it actually has like some weird visceral like effect on me.
And I've been using it on my grandpa who's low key losing his memory. Like I love him to death. Like he's one of my favorite people. But but sometimes I'll just like out of nowhere be like, "You are safe. You are loved." It's like Pavloving him to like remember that he's safe and loved. Like you are safe. You are
His
loved.
face.
And
No, it's literally what I'll be like freaking out, like tweaking, and you're like, you're safe, you're loved, and I slowly like become normal again. So it works.
what I do?
What was just talking
Um,
about?
Yeah, and I guess we're gonna have to choose like a new outro and intro too, because the last one you send said was giving haunted, and
It was
I'm not gonna
giving
do that.
descending to the eighth gate of hell, and they're screaming for help. Like something about that was just so like demonic. It was like I think it was because of the dogs howling. Did you do the whatever? Okay,
That
never mind.
wasn't the one I'm talking about. Oh my god, Mom, the new one, the one I used on the last. Guys, it's giving. I haven't watched the new episode. Like I haven't. Girl, the last one that I did. Did you not watch the last episode? The intro.
I have
It's
no
not
idea
the
at this point.
Japanese one. It's not the bells playing. Okay, regardless, you might hear it, you might not, depending on whether Katie likes it. So, stay fresh, clock that tea, and
You are safe, you are loved.
who China.